We're going
All
to
right.
transition to another odd movie that I gave Jim, Swiss Army Man.
Yeah, you keep talking smack on me, telling me that I keep giving you all these weird movies, and then you give me Swiss Army Man.
I just needed to come to your level.
Why level?
Yeah, because the last two movies have been really sad.
I mean, I made you think.
Made me think and just not happy.
It took me 4 times to watch Swiss Army Man, and I've tried to see it 3 times before I finally got through it, before I finally figured out what Swiss Army Man was actually about and why it's called Swiss Army Man.
And?
Oh, you didn't see it?
Maybe.
Oh. What about you, Nick? You see it?
I watched the first 10 minutes and I was like,
Right?
I got other shit to
So
do.
let me tell you about Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
Swiss Army Man holds the record for Sundance for most people walking out of it in the first 15 minutes of it.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
I can see why.
In floods, people are walking out of it, and I kept like the same reason why I watched Zoolander, and I can't get through it. I'm like, this. I like weird films. I like weird stuff. Zoolander doesn't make me laugh. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Swiss Army Man was one of those movies where people are like, everybody hates it, you'll love it, Jim. Everybody hates it, you love it, Jim. And so I've tried to watch it. So finally, I'm like, okay, I got homework. I'm gonna watch this film. I got through it 2 more times after you told me to watch it. I love this film.
Really?
Really?
I love this film.
Wow.
I love this film. So you want to know why he's called this? Let me just go back. It's 2016 American comedy drama adventure written, directed by Daniel Kwan, who unfortunately has made nothing else since. It's starring Paul Dano, and also he might go by Dono. I don't know. He's kind of weird. Does a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson's films, but and Daniel Radcliffe, who was Harry Potter. Came out Sundance 2016, and the film gets positive received by critics, but it gets panned by most of the audience because I don't think they get it. So it's called Swiss Army Man. Do you know why it's called Swiss Army Man?
I do. It essentially is he finds a dead corpse on an island and he uses it as a Swiss Army knife.
He sure does.
Wow.
He uses it to filter his water. Oh my God. To light his fires.
Okay.
That's Daniel Radcliffe, by the way.
First, they fall in love. They move in together.
He's the embodiment of Wilson.
But it's the other way around. So the Paul Dano character actually becomes the girl, and Radcliffe actually becomes the man of the family.
Wow.
And then
once after seeing his other movies, it makes sense that he's the girl.
And once you start going through it, he finds a porno mag, and it makes. I mean, we're talking boners, we're talking farts, we're talking at one point.
The first 5 minutes was farts.
Yeah,
Daniel Radcliffe's dead body just farting.
He rides him across the sea because he puts a cork in his butt, and then when he needs the firepower, but we can't swear. But I can talk about all of this. This is fine because this is the movie you picked, Brady. And he rides across the ocean with the man's farts, and then they fall in love and they have a family. And then they finally get discovered. And then you find out, look, really, basically, it's about a guy who just wanted to be accepted. And so the woman that he was portraying in the film was the one that he loved, but he could never speak to because he was too afraid of, which is really weird. And I'm going to bring up the point between your film, the film I picked, and the film you picked.
Yeah.
And I think this quote in the end of the movie pretty much sums up what all 3 of our films, in an odd way, come together.
Oh, boy.
Oh, nice.
So Daniel Radcliffe, dead man, who speaks now, occasionally gets boners, and cleanses water, and starts fires with his farts.
Yep. Rigor mortis.
And they finally run into the girl that he's been they get rescued, kind of, and they've run into the girl that he's been obsessing about, the Paul Dano character. And he's like, you got to go talk to her. You've always wanted to talk to her. Now's your time to talk to her. And they've been out in the woods. He's been hanging out in the woods for a dead man for how long?
Oh, boy.
And so the dead man says this, and I think this is one of the best quotes from a movie, and this is why I love this movie. Dead man says, but maybe everyone's a little ugly. Yeah, maybe we're all just a little ugly. You know, we're dying sacks of shit, and maybe it'll all take just one person to be okay with that. And then the whole world will be dancing and singing and farting, and everyone will feel a little less alone.
Dang.
Aww.
All right. End of the episode. Yeah, that's awesome.
So
That's what your movie's about.
you hated it.
No, I love it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.